All right, we are live. Welcome to Sports Talk, everyone. After a couple weeks off, we return today, and I could not be more excited. We will begin today with Major League Baseball. I have noticed that I have not been giving you the quality and duration that I've wanted to give you for this topic. So we will go more in depth on our Team of the Week starting this week. A big announcement for the show, if you have not heard by now, this Sports Talk will be broadcast now 2 days a week, Wednesdays and Fridays at 4 o'clock. And hopefully we will be able to start Athlete of the Week as soon as next week. We'll start off with the Major League Baseball Team of the Week, which this week, spoiler alert, it's the Boston Red Sox. Fridays, pretty sure it's going to be the LA Dodgers, but we're not positive yet. And after that, we'll go over some NBA scores and a couple games tonight. We'll do our song. Our DJ Lingboy has a couple new songs for us to listen to today. We'll listen to one halfway through the show and the other one as the show concludes. Following a short break, we will do college basketball rankings, which has changed quite a bit in the past couple of days. Followed by arguably probably my favorite topic of the day. I'm not going to lie. My two favorite sports are football and baseball, and we get to preview the NFC and AFC Championship games. And we're going to go more in depth for that too. Sports Talk is about to hit a whole nother level, guys. I'm excited. 2 shows a week now, more in-depth analysis. Should be exciting. So I hope you stick around for the show. It's going to be fun. So starting with Major League Baseball, again, I mentioned the Team of the Week is the Boston Red Sox, celebrating a very successful season last year. They went 93-69, won the American League East before getting swept by the runner-up Cleveland Indians in the American League Divisional Series. A couple key additions this offseason, obviously the big one, Chris Sale in a trade with the Chicago White Sox. Sale projected to be the number 2 starter in their rotation, only behind David Price. Mitch Moreland, a new first baseman / utility man, could DH against righties. Could see a lot of him in the spring to see if he makes it in as a starter on the Red Sox or if he will be more of a pinch hitter. Matt Dominguez probably will be used in utility roles and pinch hit opportunities when people need a day off, stuff like that. Junior Lake will be a pinch runner and utility outfielder for the Red Sox. And then Fernando Abad. I'm very intrigued by Fernando Abad. He's a 31-year-old veteran out of the bullpen, left-hander. And I think the Red Sox definitely needed somebody out of the bullpen that could face lefties. And I think Fernando Abad could be that guy. He's been in the majors for a while. He's played for 5 teams now. He has a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And like I said, he's a lefty, and the Red Sox, I feel like, need that lefty-on-lefty matchup specialist, and I think he could do that for them. So I think that's a very key addition, even though many Red Sox fans and many baseball fans in general have not noticed that as much. A couple key departures. Obviously, you had the retirement of Big Papi, David Ortiz. Very unfortunate. Traded to the Phillies. Clay Buchholz. Koji Uehara leaves for the Cubs, and Chris Young also retires along with David Ortiz. So really, they didn't lose much firepower behind, other than Ortiz, obviously. Buchholz was never the consistent pitcher that the Red Sox wanted him to be. And they ended up getting a couple nice prospects for him from the Phillies. And the Phillies get a nice top 3 pitcher in the rotation. So it worked out for both sides, I feel. I think it was a smart trade. So moving on into the top 5 prospects, this is where we're going to start going into more depth as well. You have, starting with number 5, right-hand pitcher Michael Kopech. Number 4, outfielder Andrew Benintendi. Number 3, left-handed pitcher Brian Johnson. Number 2, third baseman Rafael Devers. And number 1, second baseman Yoan Moncada. So let's start with Kopech, the number 5 prospect in the Red Sox organization. He is a 6'3", 205-pound right-hander. He was a first-round pick in the 2014 draft, and in his career in the minors, he's 8-7 with a 2.61 ERA, 172 strikeouts, and he has an 105-mile-an-hour fastball. That's his signature. That's what he's known for. That's why he was a first-round pick. He's a starter that can throw 105. That's hard to do. So he's a great strikeout pitcher. Obviously, you'd feel like that with the velocity on his fastball. But he needs to work on control and placement with his fastball, as well as control and consistency on his breaking balls if he wants a chance to play for the Red Sox anytime soon. I see him as being probably a September call-up this year, and then next year he might make the starting. He might have a chance at making the starting rotation for the Red Sox. So moving on, this is the number 3 prospect, the other pitcher here, left-handed pitcher Brian Johnson. He is a 6'4", 235-pound lefty. He was a 27th round pick in the 2009 draft out of high school, but he elected to go to Florida for college, and he ended up being a first-round pick in the 2012 draft, so it worked out well for him. He was originally drafted by the Seattle Mariners in 2009, and then was drafted, obviously, by Boston in 2012. In his career, he is 29-23 with a 2.66 ERA and 387 strikeouts in 56 career starts in the minor league level. He did get a little bit of game time with the Red Sox last year. He's a very good ground ball pitcher, and I could see him as making the bullpen on opening day as a reliever. He could be another guy along with Abad that, like we mentioned earlier, that could be used in those lefty-on-lefty situations to, I guess, favor John Farrell in those matchups. Moving on now, we have the second best prospect in the Red Sox organization, third baseman Rafael Devers. He is a 6', 195-pound third baseman. He bats left and throws right. He was signed out of the Dominican Republic in 2013 as an 18-year-old. In his career, he has a 293 batting average, 29 home runs, 198 RBIs, and 26 stolen bases in just over 3 years of minor league action. He is a good all-around hitter, above average speed, and I could see he is a projected September call-up this year for the Red Sox. I could see him used as a utility / pinch hit role on their quest towards the postseason. Moving on to the number 4 prospect, one that definitely got his time with Boston last year and is probably going to start the year with the Red Sox this year, Andrew Benintendi, outfielder. He's 5'10", 170 pounds. He bats left and throws left. He was a first-round pick, the 7th overall pick in the 2015 draft. And in just over a year and a half of minor league action in his career, 312 batting average, 20 home runs, 107 RBIs, 26 stolen bases, and only 63 strikeouts in 570 career at-bats. He's a fantastic contact hitter with decent speed and arm, pretty nice power, not as good as his contact, obviously, but he will probably be a 20 home run guy when he makes it in the MLB consistently. And obviously, he is projected to make the 25-man roster and most likely be the starting left fielder this year for the Boston Red Sox. And then finally, one of the biggest prospects we have seen in recent memory in Major League Baseball, second baseman Yoan Moncada. Moncada is 6'2", 205 pounds. He throws right. He is a switch hitter. He was signed out of Cuba in 2015 in July. In his career, he has a 287 batting average, 23 home runs, 100 RBIs, 114 walks, and 94 stolen bases. Very fast, very patient at the plate. And, oh, yeah, he's the best hitting prospect in the last 10 years of minor league baseball. So, Yoan Moncada, this guy's the next big thing. Now let's move on to projected starters for the Boston Red Sox this year. Starting with their starting rotation, you have David Price as the ace, Chris Sale, number 2, Rick Porcello, number 3, Drew Pomerantz, number 4, and Eduardo Rodriguez, number 5. That gives them 4 lefties in their 5-man rotation. We'll see how that works for them. The majority of Major League Baseball hitters are righties, so that could end up being very deadly for the Red Sox, who haven't really had a good rotation since probably the early 2000s. They've always been relying on their hitting. But this rotation's amazing. Their first 3 pitchers in their rotation have either won a Cy Young or have been a top 3 finalist for the Cy Young, in David Price, Chris Sale, and Rick Porcello. And then you move on to the field here. This is just my projections for the field this year, starting with left fielder Andrew Benintendi. Center fielder Jackie Bradley Jr., right fielder and almost MVP last year, came second to Mike Trout, Mookie Betts. Third baseman Pablo Sandoval, shortstop Xander Bogaerts, second baseman and now new leader of the team after David Ortiz's retirement, Dustin Pedroia, first baseman Travis Shaw, catcher Sandy Leone, and designated hitter Brock Holt. Could also be Mitch Moreland. I just picked Holt because Holt's been on the Red Sox longer. But that'll be definitely one of the many position battles in spring training for the Boston Red Sox. And then finally, projected record. I have the Red Sox as the best team in baseball this year, going 99-63. And right now, they are my World Series picks. They're just so stacked. They have depth. The starters are obviously amazingly talented. All of them, they had 5 starters, I believe, in the All-Star game last year, tied with the Cubs. They, again, great depth, a much better starting rotation. Now could be said it's the top 5 in baseball. Their bullpen's good, not great, but when you have an offense like the Red Sox, hopefully you won't need your bullpen that much. So that concludes the Boston Red Sox Team of the Week here on Sports Talk. Again, on Friday, we will most likely be doing the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's not guaranteed yet, but if you're a Dodgers fan, make sure you check out the show on Friday because we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the Dodgers for this coming season. Now moving on to the NBA. Last night, some scores for you really quick. Toronto Raptors over the Brooklyn Nets, 119-109. Miami Heat upset the Houston Rockets, 109-103. Dallas edges the Chicago Bulls, 99-98. San Antonio over Minnesota, 122-114. And Denver over LA, 127-121. The Lakers, I'm sorry. I forget there's 2 LA teams. Tonight's games, you've got the Raptors and 76ers from the Wells Fargo Center. Memphis and Washington. Portland and Charlotte. New York and Boston from TD Garden. Orlando, New Orleans. Milwaukee, Houston. Atlanta and Detroit from the Palace. Oklahoma City and Golden State from Oracle Arena. And then the night game, the Pacers and the Kings. So, again, the Warriors blew out the Cavaliers on Monday night. Definitely showing that they are the team to beat in the NBA. Steph Curry, the best shooter I've ever seen. I don't know. I wasn't around for the days of Larry Bird and James Worthy and John Stockton and Mark Price. And Steph Curry's just amazing. Kevin Durant, probably the best all-around player in basketball other than LeBron James. Draymond Green, as annoying as that man is to watch, me being a Cavaliers fan, he's a really good player. Klay Thompson, one of the best so-called sidekicks in the history of the NBA. And then Zaza Pachulia, no one expected anything out of this guy, and all of a sudden he's playing like an all-star. The Warriors, Steve Kerr, arguably the best coach in the NBA, other than Greg Popovich, and the Warriors are definitely going to be the team to beat this year in the playoffs. So we will take a short break for station identification. As you know, our DJ Lingboy has been working on some new tracks, and he's got a couple for us here today. This one is called Celestial. I hope you guys enjoy it. We'll be back in a minute. That was DJ Lingboy with Celestial. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Now that that is over with, we will move on to college basketball, and we'll start with the rankings. New number one after Baylor falls, leaving no undefeated teams left in Division I. You have defending national champion, the Villanova Wildcats. Number 2, Kansas Jayhawks. Number 3, UCLA. Number 4, Gonzaga. Number 5, Kentucky. Number 6, Baylor. Number 7, Creighton. Number 8, West Virginia. Number 9, North Carolina. Number 10, Florida State. And before I go on, how cool is it that Division I this year has 2 mid-major conference teams in the top 7 in Gonzaga and Creighton? That's awesome, man. Shout out to the little schools for getting the job done. Moving on, number 11, you have Oregon. Number 12, Louisville. Number 13, Butler, another mid-major. Well, no, they're in the American now, so I guess they're considered Power 5. Number 14, Arizona. Number 15, Notre Dame. Number 16, Virginia. Number 17, Wisconsin. Number 18, Duke. Number 19, Florida. Number 20, Cincinnati. And wrapping it out, 21, Purdue. 22, Xavier. 23, St. Mary's. There's another mid-major. Shout out to the Gales. 24, South Carolina. And 25, the Maryland Terrapins. So, my favorite part of this week's show, I'm not going to lie, or I guess today's show, because we are starting doing shows on Friday. It's going to take me a little while to get used to that. We are going to preview the NFL Championship weekend. I made a bet with one of my friends. Before I start this, I'm just going to get this off my chest. I made a bet with one of my friends. He's the world's biggest Steelers fan. Shout out to Mark Miller if you're watching this. I said about 2 months ago, if the Steelers make it to the Super Bowl, I'll let you do a dual comm with me the week of the Super Bowl on Sports Talk. I didn't think they'd make it this far. Oh, my gosh. But even if the Steelers don't win, he's one of the smartest people I know when it comes to the NFL, and I'd love to have him on. He will be on the show the week of the Super Bowl. I think we're going to try and do the Friday show, but it could be the Wednesday show. But, yeah, we're going to be talking the Super Bowl, previewing the Super Bowl. My Super Bowl pick, the Atlanta Falcons. Shout out to Matty Ice and those Dirty Birds. They're still going. They got the Packers this weekend, the hottest quarterback in the NFL. I'm nervous. But we will start. That is where we will start the NFC Championship game at 3:05 on Sunday from the Georgia Dome. It's the last game ever played at the Georgia Dome before the Falcons move to Mercedes-Benz Stadium next year. It is the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. So we will start off with going over the injury report. For the Packers, Morgan Burnett listed as questionable, James Starks questionable, Quentin Rollins questionable, Jaron Elliott questionable, and Jordy Nelson, probably the biggest of them all, with those broken ribs. He's listed as questionable. I've heard all week that he's doubtful, but never put anything past Jordy Nelson. This guy is as tough as they come. He had an amazing season. Probably will win Comeback Player of the Year. After suffering a torn ACL last year, he came back this year, led the league in touchdowns. You can tell the chemistry between him and Rodgers is unlike no other in the NFL. And I hope he ends up playing because, I mean, as much as I want the Falcons to win the Super Bowl so I can say I was right, I want the Falcons to prove they're the best team. And the Packers aren't at their best if they don't have Jordy Nelson. For the Falcons, Julio Jones listed as questionable with a toe injury, but you know he's going to play. He's Julio Jones. And then Adrian Claiborne is out. So beginning with this, we're going to talk about the Falcons' firepower offense. The Falcons, obviously MVP candidate, probably MVP winner, Matt Ryan as their quarterback. Running back, they have the dual-headed monster of the workhorse Devontae Freeman and the receiving back / third down back Tevin Coleman. Wide receivers, you've got Julio Jones, Taylor Gabriel, Mohamed Sanu. Just so many weapons for Matt Ryan. Tight end, they've got Jacob Tamme and I forget his name. I forgot he was a tight end. They have somebody. He claims to be the fastest tight end in the NFL, and we'll talk about why I don't think so in a minute with the man he's facing on the Packers, Jared Cook. But so much firepower on the Falcons star players, star positions. Yeah, quarterback, running back, wide receiver. And then you have an average offensive line, but they've been getting the job done with you've got Jake Matthews, Andy Levitre. They're veterans and they've been getting the job done. I mean, they're not all Pro Bowlers, but I mean, hey, you get what you have and you deal with it. That's what makes you a solid football player. On defense, they have the NFL sack leader, Vic Beasley. Desmond Trufant, one of the best shutdown corners in the NFL. You have Keanu Neal, the outstanding first-round rookie out of Florida. Deion Jones and DeAndre Campbell, two of the fastest and most aware linebackers in the NFC. And then also on the defensive line, you have the other edge rusher in Claiborne, but he's hurt, so you have to think it would be the depth on the Falcons has to step up this week if they want to get to Aaron Rodgers and force pass rush. Deion Jones can't blitz on every single play because he also has to play in coverage. But yeah, this Falcons offense, 33.8 points per game. That's the 8th most in NFL history. 430.5 yards per game. 310 passing yards per game and 120.5 rushing yards per game. And how they got to the Super Bowl, the NFC Championship game. They beat Seattle 36-20. Now moving on to the Packers. The Packers obviously have the hottest quarterback in the NFL right now in Aaron Rodgers. Running back has been a very surprising year. Started with Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy ended up getting hurt. James Starks ended up getting hurt, and they used wide receiver Ty Montgomery, switched him to running back, and he's ended up having more of an impact as a running back in about 5 games than he's had in 2.5 years as a wide receiver. These stories just don't write themselves, guys. Wide receiver, it's a big blow if they don't have Jordy Nelson. I'm going to pretend that Jordy Nelson plays because I feel like he will. They have Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams, Jeff Janis. This team's good, man. Tight end Jared Cook, the man who made one of the best catches of the year to set up Mason Crosby for the game-winning field goal to knock off the Dallas Cowboys. And then moving on to again, they have kind of their offensive line's better than the Falcons. They have T.J. Lang, Josh Sitton, Corey Linsley, David Bakhtiari, but it's still, again, only like 2 of them are Pro Bowlers out of the 5. So it's not like the Raiders or the Cowboys where all 5 are Pro Bowlers, but you just got to work with what you have. And Packers have done a great job with that all year. Everyone wrote them off. Aaron Rodgers said they were going to win out. No one believed him, and all of a sudden they're 2 wins away from winning the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen, and arguably one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. Moving on to the defense, you have Mike Daniels, Kenny Clark, the rookie out of UCLA, up front. The linebacker core, you got the veteran Julius Peppers, Clay Matthews, and the rookie out of Stanford, Bobby Henderson, I believe his name was, something like that. Secondary, Morgan Burnett, Clinton Dix. You got Quentin Rollins, Sam Shields, and in the nickel you have I forget who their nickel corner is, but very solid Packers defense. It's not great, but they've been, again, getting the job done. Moving on to special teams, you've got Matt Bryant versus Mason Crosby. I'm sorry, Matt Bryant. I had you in fantasy, but I got to take Mason Crosby in this one. After that performance against Dallas, there's no field goal I feel like that man can't hit. But it should be a thrilling game. How the Packers got to this NFC Championship game. In the wild card round, they beat the Giants 38-13, and then they beat the Cowboys in the divisional 34-31. So, finally, drum roll, please. My prediction for the NFC Championship game, Falcons 35, Packers 31. Aaron Rodgers has been playing some of the best football I've ever seen out of a quarterback. But the Falcons offense, and the rush of Deion Jones, DeAndre Campbell, and Vic Beasley, I feel like, is going to be enough. Falcons win in a shootout. Falcons go to Super Bowl 51 in Houston. Now moving on to the AFC Championship game, you've got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. Starting off with the injury report. This game obviously from Foxborough. For the Steelers, Fitzgerald Toussaint is listed as questionable. Anthony Chickillo listed as questionable as well. James Harrison and Ladarius Green, the two big players for each side of the ball. Ladarius Green, their biggest target in terms of size and obviously a great red zone weapon. He's listed as questionable with a concussion. And James Harrison suffered a shoulder injury in the divisional game against the Chiefs, and he's listed as questionable as well, but he's James Harrison. He's going to play. For the Patriots, two key wide receivers listed as questionable, and Chris Hogan and Malcolm Mitchell. Will Brady get those weapons back? He already doesn't have Gronk. Or will he have to rely solely on Edelman and Amendola? How the Steelers got to the AFC Championship game. They beat the Dolphins 30-12 in the wild card round. They beat the Chiefs 18-16 in the divisional round. How did the Patriots get there? They beat the Texans 34-16. Thank you, Brock Osweiler. Let's run over the teams really quick. Starting with the home team, the number one seed, in the highest seed remaining still in the playoffs in general, the New England Patriots, led by the Golden Boy, Tom Brady. Brady trying to get his 5th Super Bowl. That's amazing. Congratulations, Tom Brady. Running back, they've got the three-headed monster of LeGarrette Blount, Dion Lewis, and James White. Wide receiver, again, Edelman, Amendola, Hogan, Malcolm Mitchell. Tight end, Martellus Bennett. Even with Gronk out, they have Martellus Bennett. Offensive line for the Patriots has been pretty good. Brian Stork, Sebastian Vollmer, Nate Solder. Pretty solid offensive line. We'll see where it does against the Steelers' pass rush, which is one of the best in recent memory. Moving on to defense for the Patriots. They have Alan Branch, Malcolm Brown, Rob Ninkovich, Jabal Sheard, Trey Flowers. This team has pass rushers on deck. The depth on the Patriots' defensive line is amazing. It's incredible. Linebacker core, they traded away Jamie Collins, but they still got Dante Hightower, Shea McClellan. Yeah, shout out to Shea McClellan. As well as, like I said, Ninkovich plays both line and linebacker. So a great front seven for the Patriots. Corners, Logan Ryan and Malcolm Butler, two of the best man-to-man corners in the NFL. And then they got Patrick Chung and Devin McCourty, one of the most underrated secondaries in the league. Kickers, Steven Gostkowski, one of the best kickers in the NFL. And now to the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, who's playing on an injured foot. But he's got the best running back in football running behind him. I'm sorry, Ezekiel Elliott, you're just not quite there yet. You're number 2 for sure. You're number 1 in my heart, but you're number 2 on the field. But Le'Veon Bell is one of the best running back talents I've ever seen. His patience and ball carrier vision, second to none. Wide receivers, you got Antonio Brown, Eli Rogers, Sammy Coates, Darius Hayward-Bay, Kobe Hamilton. A lot of weapons for Ben Roethlisberger. Ladarius Green, can he go? If he can't, they've got Jesse James. Steelers, one of the more underrated offensive lines in the NFL, one of the better offensive lines in the NFL. Marcus Gilbert, Alejandro Villanueva, Ramon Foster, Marquise Pouncey, and David DeCastro. I believe 2 Pro Bowlers and an honorable mention Pro Bowler on that line. But, I mean, they haven't let Big Ben get sacked much this year, so we'll see what happens when that deep Patriots defensive line plays them. On defense, no Cameron Hayward, so they got to rely on the pass rushing of Stephon Tuitt, Javon Hargrave, the rookie out of South Carolina State, and Dan McCullers. Linebacker core, you've got Bud Dupree, Arthur Moats, James Harrison, Ryan Shazier, Lawrence Timmons. The best linebacker core in the NFL, hands down. Secondary, Ross Cockrell, rookie Artie Burns. William Gay no longer plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sorry, yes he does. I was thinking of, who was I thinking of? I forget. He went to the Titans. Antoine Blake. But, yeah, so they have Gay in the nickel and then Burns and Cockrell on the outside. Free safety, Mike Mitchell, one of the hardest hitting safeties in the NFL. And strong safety, you have Sean Davis, the second-round rookie out of Maryland. Kicker, Chris Boswell. I didn't think he was as good as Gostkowski, but after that performance against the Chiefs, NFL postseason record, 6 field goals. He's got me thinking. If I had one kick this weekend, it'd be Mason Crosby, but not far behind is Chris Boswell. So, yeah, moving on to the prediction for the AFC Championship game. Steelers 27, Patriots 24. So, yeah, you heard it here first on Sports Talk. I have a Steelers-Falcons Super Bowl from Houston, Texas. We'll see if it happens. I can't wait for these games this weekend. Should be both very entertaining contests. So I hope you guys join me again this Friday when Sports Talk comes again at 4 o'clock. For the first time ever, we're going to kick off the weekend Sports Talk style. I hope you join me. This has been Shay Neal and Sports Talk. And now we end the show with our DJ Lingboy track of the week. This is an original mix that he made recently. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you on Friday. Go Falcons. Go Steelers. And may God have mercy on you and the NFL. I'll see you guys Friday.